When we talk about the formula type of water, what would you say the formula type is? Okay, AX2E2, that's correct. And what is the geometry of water? It's bent. So what we saw at the beginning of class was water is bent, and now you can see why and should be able to predict that yourself. I just want to mention that if you look in, depending on the edition of the book you have, in one edition it's called bent, in the other edition it's called angular. We'll call it bent, but just remember that bent and angular, they're the same geometry. Let's look at another example, SF4. And here it is drawn here. What is the formula type for SF4? I think I heard it, AX4E. And the geometry? Seesaw, good. All right, we never get seesaw wrong. That's the easy giveaway one. All right, what about BRF3? This is the shape here. What is the geometry for BF3? The original geometry, not the new geometry here. What was that? T-shaped, that's right. BF3 is T-shaped.
Okay, that one gets retired.
All right, so let's look at xenon F2. That's going to have a formula type of AX2E3 if we actually look at the Lewis structure here. So if you think about what the geometry is, and you should just be able to look at this and see, what would you say the geometry of xenon F2 is? Linear, good. All right, and let's try one more here, which is AX4E2, or xenon F4. Very explosive, but a good example. Square planar. All right, great. So in general, when we think about VSEPR theory, even though it doesn't talk about or tell us anything about the energies of these different shapes, it's very useful in making a first approximation and coming very close to thinking about what the actual shapes of molecules are. So one thing I want to point out in terms of what you're responsible for is you should be able to fill out one of these charts with only seeing, the labels up here. Tell us the formula type, tell us the steric number, tell us the geometry. You should be able to draw the Lewis structure. You already know how to do that. And also talk about the angles. So as you finish up your problem set, you can, I think, now get through just about all of it. You can do now this part with the geometry. So we'll see you on Wednesday. We're going to get out a little bit early today.